Hello, everybody. Joe and Mike here with a special surprise episode where we just wanted to stop by and share with you our post hunt recap. We went up to Tulsa. Sadly, it was just two of us. Our good friend Tyler is deep in the throes of the raging tempest that is this housing market. So he wasn't able to make it, but Mike and I stuck it out, and we've got some reporting back to do to you all. So I will go ahead and get us started. As far as what I was hunting, I really didn't have anything too concrete in the back of my head just because I've been disappointed before on fig hunts, and I don't like to go in thinking, oh, like I'm going to go to this place and they're going to have everything I'm looking for. It just kind of so happened to happen that way. So I had been keeping an eye out for the Generation 2 Stunnicon dead end to go with my G2 Stunnicon breakdown. But and I was shopping around on eBay and stuff, and I think the cheapest I had found them was like $50 plus shipping, so it would
Jeez.
have been closer to 60. And I was like, I'm not. There's no way in good conscience I can pay that. So that was really the only active thing I was hunting. But we started off. Where did we start off? We started off at the Vintage Toy Mall in Jinx, Oklahoma,
Yep.
and saw some really neat stuff there. I'm working on kind of try to get videos of the B-roll because I took some just because. Working on trying to get those posted so you guys can kind of see where we're talking about when we mention these places. Went to Vintage Toy Mall and Jinx, and then we stopped off at Fan Fortress, and that was where I did the vast bulk of my gets there.
Yeah.
So starting right off the bat, they they had it. So this is the Generation 2 dead end Stunnicon with the Generation 2 repaint. There you see the Generation 2 Decepticon logo on the hood there. And it was definitely not $60. It was half that. And that was a done deal. Then they shockingly enough, and surprisingly, they just bought a lot of 25th anniversary Joes from somebody. So I got a rock and roll, and I got a General Hawk, and then I've got two Dukes. I've got this one Duke who almost looks like somebody just took a grunt and slapped Duke's head on it and called it good. But I like that. It's very clean aesthetic. And this one I was really happy about because I have one mint on card, and this means I don't have to crack it open. So this is the Duke from the GI Joe Resolute,
Nice.
and I can put him with my Stalker and Beachhead. So I'm looking forward to that. And then for to pay back for chip in for gas, Michael was kind enough to get me this Inferno from, was it Power of the Primes or Combiner Wars?
It was one of the two.
This is one of the two, but yeah. So I've got this Inferno to go with my Hound and Jazz. So your boy's working on his own combiner. So if I get more for that, stay tuned because I will definitely be showing that off.
Yeah.
And then after that, we went to Oklahoma Joe's, ate some barbecue, and that was really good, as it always is. Then afterwards, we went to the Vintage Toy Mall in Broken Arrow, which is east of Tulsa in Jinx. And there they had a bunch of stuff, and it was really cool. I think it was Mike. It was your first time going there, right?
Yeah, it was my first time heading out that way. It's a nice
It,
place.
yeah, it's a lot to kind of take in all at once because it's almost like a maze of just
It
action
is.
figures.
It is. There's a lot of
Um,
square footage.
and they also had a kind of limited selection of Hot Wheels, but I found one that I'd never seen before. It's a some kind of Pontiac. It's like a almost like a Trans Am kind of
Oh, that's
Firebirdy.
cool.
And but I had never seen it before, and I was like, I could make that into a Transformer in the role playing game that we play. And
Oh,
so
that is neat.
I went ahead and got it. It was $2. I was hoping to see a Ultra Magnus Hot Wheel out in the wild, but that the hunt continues. But
Yeah, that hunt's gonna continue for a while.
yeah. So, well, what about you, Mike? I've rambled on enough.
So, as always, I am looking for Tiger Force stuff just out in the wild. Want to see it. And this time I was looking for a hot spot so I don't have to take my Defensor apart so I can apply some decals to it in an upgrade kit. So I was looking for those. But the first stop we hit, I was surprised and excited about what I found. Uh, First thing is I found a Spirit, uh, actual loose, but Spirit is my 1B favorite. So
Ooh.
I allowed myself to have a loose figure of it.
Now,
And
did you
then
find that at the Vintage Toy Mall in Jinx, or did you find that at Fan Fortress?
I found it at Fan Fortress. I
Fan
didn't get
Fortress.
anything at the one in Jinx.
Yeah.
So,
Spirit.
anyway. Uh, and I also found this cross country at Fan Fortress.
Nice.
So, it's pretty cool. And then I found the Autobot twins.
Fastlane and who?
Uh, Cloudburst.
Cloudburst. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was in the box. Pretty stoked about that. Although I hate the box.
They had Cloudburst and Fastlane. They had them loose in a Ziploc bag for $30. So, but there's two, so it's $15 a figure. That's pretty
But
good.
I paid 35 for it, mint in box. So
And
I was pretty pleased.
Mike is the mint on box guy. So, I mean, I
No
didn't
matter
get
how
it,
much
but
I hate the box, I still got it mint in box. And third thing, the third place I found Doc.
Doc,
Yeah, I was pretty stoked.
he's got some of his kit with him still.
Yeah, I was pretty pleased, man. I like Doc.
That cross country made me remember that the vintage toy mall in Broken Arrow actually had a cross country with a Havoc. So if
Oh, jeez.
it made me miss our friend Tyler really bad because he would have definitely been interested in that. I feel like
Yeah,
so.
he would have. But the Oklahoma Joe's that we went to, they have this thing. It looks like a cherry
It's like a
fried
fried
pie,
pie.
and I love those things. I destroyed it.
Yeah,
So
I got
good.
a peach. I got the peach one. But it's funny because that's the one barbecue place I actually force myself to have leftovers just so that I have enough room for fried pie.
Yeah, I having allergy issues, and I took a Benadryl. I got on the way. We stopped at a gas station, and I got a Benadryl because being in Oklahoma, you deal with allergies, and I severely overestimated the power of the Benadryl. I was kind of sleepy the entire time, but I still pursued on.
Yeah, powered through. So as far as stuff we're still hunting, I'm gonna go with that Hot Wheels Ultra Magnus. I don't really think of any GI Joe or Transformer stuff coming out I have to have. I did see where they announced for the San Diego Comic-Con GI Joe Classified exclusive, they're doing a 4-figure pack of the Dreadnoks. It's the where they're dressed up like Cold Slither, the band from the episode.
Okay.
So they're like, it's like the Dreadnoks dressed up as like a 80s hair metal band because they've got to go undercover to raise money for Cobra because Cobra as an organization's broke. So that's going to be a 4-pack with all of them, and it looks fun. But I'm also not a Cobra guy, so I'm not going to get it.
I'm not either. Definitely not a 80s hair metal band guy either. So I'll probably let that one slide. I'm always hunting that Ultra Magnus, Hot Wheel. That's a given. Tiger Force, G.I. Joe. Thought I was going to get in trouble at Fan Fortress because they had a Sky Patrol vehicle in the box, but it was
already
broken and loose. And I just couldn't pull the trigger.
I thought I was going to get in trouble at Fan Fortress because they had a Jetfire, War for Cybertron Jetfire. But I was like, nope, I can't do it. No matter how much I want to, no matter how much it would feel good to get it in my hands and in my car. I know as soon as I walked out with it, like the grown up in me would be like, what are you doing? You need to take that back.
Man, it wasn't overpriced either. I was a little surprised you passed it up, but you had your reasons, I guess.
Yeah. If it's meant to be, it'll be. And honestly, just I know as soon as I brought that home, my son Nolan would be just hyper fixated and hyper obsessed and just be like, Dad, can you transform him? Can you transform him? It's like, I'd love to, son. And like the first few times I would, but I can't just be sitting around transforming Transformers all day. Gotta make sure they're eating a nutritious meal 3 or so times a day with plenty of
or at least have
fluids.
It and then ignore it and eat snacks.
Yep. Standard dad stuff, but so I think that's probably gonna wrap it up for us. I think in one of the previous episodes we talked about maybe doing one more fig hunt in the Oklahoma City area before JoeCon. Stay tuned for more news on that. I am actually going to be making an appearance this Friday on the 28th over on the X and One channel, their show The Orbital Drop, where we sit around and talk about Halo Flashpoint. I'm going to be making an appearance on that, so if you are so inclined, head over there and check them out. They're a bunch of good guys over there. And did you have anything else?
No, I'm good. I'm drama free.
All right, right on. In the meantime and in between time, I've been Mike. With me has been you've been Mike.
I've been Mike.
You've been Mike for I don't know.
I've been Mike a lot longer than you've been Joe.
that is a truthful fact. And with us in spirit and heart and mind has been Tyler as well. You guys were hanging out and helping us figure it out. Appreciate it. Take care.